Hi, welcome to another episode of Adventures in Glass with Doug. That's me. This is the channel where we take thrifted glass and create some really cool glass sculptures that you can use around the house or out in the yard or in the garden, on a deck or a patio. Before we get started today, let me tell you two things. One is that I've been busy here in the studio trying to get things up and running a little better and kind of get some better finishes on the wall and lighting and all that sort of stuff. So you're going to see some changes in upcoming videos. Second thing is, I guess I wasn't very good with my camera angles. I wasn't paying attention in this last video, and so I'm kind of out of the shot. I'm kind of headless on most of this next video. But I think it's still a good video to show you what you can put together. So if you can handle the fact that you can't see me most of the time, I think you still get a lot of good value out of this one. So stick with us. We've got some good videos coming up, and I think you'll enjoy what we have going on here at the studio. Thanks for being a subscriber. We're at 2,500, and I want to see us get to 3,000 subscribers, so tell your friends. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Adventures in Glass with Doug. You'll notice I've got a lot of videos that talk about how to take thrifted glass and create some neat glass sculptures. So I hope you'll kind of follow along, see what you think. Maybe go out and find some thrifted glass yourself and try a few things. There are really only two elements you have to be concerned with: your glass and your adhesive. The adhesive I recommend is 100% silicone, and this silicone caulk is what we use to fasten the pieces together. You can use epoxy, and there are a number of different clear epoxies that you could try. I'm not as comfortable with that because I find that there are a lot of times when I have to fix or repair some pieces that might have broken or might have come apart. Maybe they had some water intrusion that you wanted to remove, or maybe you just changed your mind about something after a while. And the silicone is flexible enough. If it gets where you want to change up something or do repairs, and you've seen me do a number of repairs, frankly all you'll need is a razor blade and work your way around to clean it up. And that was the case with one of the pieces we have today. This had been part of one of my other yard sculptures, and it broke. Well, this part didn't break, but a lot of the other part of the sculpture broke apart because we had a tree come down and crash through a lot of my glass. And I wanted to reuse this one. I've got I have a couple of pink pieces, most likely what you refer to as depression glass, that was popular in, I think, the 30s and maybe into the 40s. When you see some of these pale pink or green or I think even amber yellow, people will know them to be depression glass. And I've had folks tell me, "Oh no, you're not using good depression glass, are you?" Well, I figure if it's in the thrift shop, it's fair game. And a lot of times the pieces you find in the thrift stores have been chipped or damaged in some way, and they might not really be ready for prime time use with guests and whatnot around the house. So although this particular bowl seems to be in pretty good shape. So I'm going to take this bowl, use that as my base, and I'm going to take the mosaic glass piece I have that's in the pink and lavender range and fasten that to the base. And I've got a couple other pieces that we're going to add to finish it off. So let's get started. What you want to do is put a rim of caulk around the edge that will be mated to your other piece. Okay, we have our first two pieces connected. I use a turntable to help me assemble the pieces, but it also is a good way of checking to see the placement of the two pieces to make sure that you can see them from all sides and that everything is where it wants to be. The next piece we're going to do, and I've cleaned all these pieces before we got started. Many times with pieces like this that have been underneath a candle, you'll find wax drippings. Of course, you'll have your price tags maybe, or some other labels that you want to clean off. And then, you know, it's always good to kind of do a dry fit just to see how these pieces are going to go together. For my next step, I thought I'd add a little extra color. I happen to have some of these glass beads that you can pick up at any hobby store or even Walmart. And then we're going to put this wine goblet on top. So I could leave these loose, but I think I'd rather make sure they are fastened down. Okay. Next, we're going to do our rim of caulk. And this is one of those that you want to make sure you're lined up vertically. And to finish this off, I think I'm going to go with a couple of these. I have one in a slightly different color that I think will bring in some of the lower pink. So there we have pretty pink. What helps me in this channel is for you to subscribe, hit a thumbs up if you like it, and if you need the supplies to make any of this other than the glass, check out the list below the description and you'll find a whole list of things that I have used to create some of this. And be sure to check out some of the other videos. I've got a ton of them, as you can see. And I'm sure you'll learn a few things. Hey, thanks for watching.